INEOS has finally revealed their new Arcane Works division, which will create hand-finished limited editions that allow for extra special level of personalization to your Grenadier. Want to know how much it's going to cost? Well, we'll cover that in a little bit. Hi, it's Josh, and I'm a Grenadier superfan. I pay way too much attention to the news about cars, so let's get into it. INEOS is beginning Arcane Works by working with small batches and dubbing them editions for now. This is the first vehicle, and it's called the Grenadier DETOUR. They will make only a maximum of 200 detours, and I would assume that's worldwide and not market specific, which would truly make them rarely spotted in the wild. Each INEOS Grenadier DETOUR will be built at their factory in Hambach, France, and then hand finished in the UK, which allows them to work with exclusive craftspeople to create something unique and, dare I say, oozing with British heritage. But know that this DETOUR edition of the Arcane Works is solely a trim upgrade and otherwise the same underlying Grenadier currently available to order. They are not yet to the point of offering engine upgrades, braking upgrades, and so on, which may well already be on the horizon as they showed off prototypes at Goodwood of a Grenadier sporting a 67 horsepower uprated BMW 6-cylinder engine, as well as a 425 horsepower V8 version of the Grenadier prototype. So, you can read between the lines and see where this is going. Of course, all in due time, they have to walk before they run. So for now, Arcane Works DETOUR is all about exquisite trim. And it's quite good looking trim. So fall in love with it first, and we'll talk about pricing a little later on. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers and hoping to have you join me for more videos like this about cars, ordering them, and owning them. So thanks for that. So let's look at the DETOUR. For the DETOUR, the first exterior difference is specifically designed front grille and headlight surrounds, as well as unique 18-inch forged alloy wheels, which were exclusively created for Arcane Works. The gasoline or petrol models will have specific Arcane Works exhaust systems, which enhances the sound of the vehicle, yet its engineering is designed so that it won't hinder any ascents when off-roading. As for colors, they have 4 options specific to the DETOUR: Magma Red, Whiteout Blue, Squall Green, and Stormforce Silver. But you can also color match to anything you would like through their what they call paint to sample. Your DETOUR would then be hand sprayed in the color of your choice so that your Grenadier can match your Rolls-Royce, your plane or boat, or perhaps your corporate color. You get the idea. The exterior also has specialty created contrast pack and a new color option: volcanic gray or icy white for the front and rear skid plates, roof rails, and rear ladder. The side and rear lighting has been decolored to provide a sleek visual. A special badge using enamel metal has been specifically created by British jewelers Vaughtons exclusively for this model. They make the badging for the likes of Aston Martin and McLaren and some Rolls-Royce models, and have even made Olympic medals during their history. The cabin environment will offer personalization with a choice of 2 new satin finishes for the transmission tunnel, doors, and air vents. Again, volcanic gray or icy white. I'll flip back and forth a couple times so you can spot the subtle difference. The standard Grenadier has a high gloss black. The central console now includes newly designed crafted metal features machined from aluminum that highlight the infotainment controller and the range selector. All DETOUR models will feature an etched aluminum door scuff plate displaying the vehicle's limited edition number, but you can also customize this plate. INEOS has worked with a selection of historic and renowned British suppliers to add regal touch throughout the interiors. Next, we have tactile leathers from Bridges of Weir, another top-end Scottish leather supplier, giving 4 fine-grained color options for the quilted upholstery that you can further personalize by creating your own design for seat embroidery. You can add your name, family crest, monogram, or in contrast or tone-on-tone stitching. The interior headliner for this edition has been specially crafted using cashmere from Scotland's Jostens of Elgin. Again, a high-end supplier of cashmere with a 226-year history. Translation: you can have a light gray or a dark gray cashmere headliner to pet while you're stuck in traffic on the 405 or the M1. Now, no special edition would be complete if it didn't have cost options on top that you can add on to your DETOUR. However, as I begin to mention prices here, I want to point out that I only have the official UK and US price list, but I'm sure they'll be publishing pricing for other countries soon. So, the first cost option specific to the Detour are upgraded alloy wheels, which can have a new dark gray finish with diamond turn detailing. That'll set you back £1,340 or $1,370 US. The Arcane Works exhaust system can be ordered with a gloss black finish in place of the polished stainless steel for a more subtle look at £810 or $820 US. The roof rails can be specified in one of the 4 Detour body colors plus red or black to replace the standard aluminium roof rails. That'll set you back another £810 or $820. Now, the paint to sample is also a cost option at a money no object price of £14,210, but only $14,500 for us Yanks. Custom embroidery on the front and upper seat backs will set you back £1,340 or $1,370. And you can customize the stainless steel scuff plates for just £1,250 or $1,270, which is something I actually did when I ordered my Aston Martin, but it was for more like $600. Yes, it was sort of stupid money, but I still have them both as a keepsake. Getting tired of all these add-ons? Well, don't let me forget to mention that the Grenadier Detour has a starting price in the UK of £134,100 or $164,400 US. However, remember that the Detour comes equipped much like a Fieldmaster, and many of the other standard Grenadier options also need to be added to your build. You want privacy glass? Check. Want the winch? Check. The rough pack? Check. High load auxiliary electrical preparation? Add that in too. Oh, and don't forget to add the trailer hitch if you're in the US, because it's not included. So you can easily run the price of your Detour to almost 200 grand. So this is truly a customizable vehicle for those wealthy 200 folks, because they'll truly be one of a kind in Arcane, rarely seen in the wild. Personally, I think it's a bit excessive for a trim-only upgrade, knowing that 164 grand, you'll be getting the same functional Grenadier that I got for 85 grand. And you'll have all the quirks that we love or don't about our 1.0 Grenadiers, like finding the keyhole in the dashboard in the dark, and that frustrating ADAS speed warning that you have to turn off every time you drive the car. I feel like INEOS should have commenced this pricing with a 2.0 version of the Grenadier with some functional upgrades like a higher horsepower engine or beefier brakes, and not just a bespoke upgraded trim model. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. How fast do you think INEOS will sell out of this first Detour edition? And of those 200 punters, how many of them do you see taking their Grenadiers on a detour off-road into the wild? I'm unfortunately not going to be on the list, as I haven't won any lotteries lately, but if I do, I'll probably still hold off for a couple more years to allow the Grenadier to mature like a fine wine, as they'll likely have power options and other fun things to add to the bespoke trim package that they're offering. They're definitely on the right track, if you can afford it. I mean, one can dream, right? So that's what we know so far about the Arcane Works and their first Detour edition. I hope you found that interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.